Nation, what it do on this Sunday night? I'm your host, Raider Rebel, host of Raider Rebel Unleashed, and we're going to break down Raiders free agents, who we need to keep, who we need to let go, and who we've already kept and signed in the last couple days. So, let's get what it be, my nation? Thanks for pulling up. Today's show, we're going to break down free agency, like I said, starting off with Horace Grassanu, whatever, however you say his name. He spent 2 years in training camp with the Las Vegas Raiders. Didn't make the roster either year with the Las Vegas Raiders. At barely $1 million salary, I say we just move on from him. We really don't need him. I know we're short on offensive line, but we just move on. That's my opinion. Next up, we have Brandon Parker. Brandon Parker was drafted third round 2018 and somehow managed to stick around the Las Vegas Raiders for the last 6 seasons. He's been plagued with injuries, which definitely hasn't helped him make the roster. The last 2 years, he was hurt in training camp, at the end of training camp before the season even started. He was called back up because the offensive line was banged up with Colton Miller being out and missing games last year. But with everybody being healthy, and with my man, Arkansas Razorback Dalton Wagner on IR, I see no need to keep Brandon Parker. Dalton Wagner, let's talk about Dalton Wagner for a minute. There's a reason the Las Vegas Raiders kept Dalton Wagner on IR, and it might have been the smartest move Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler ever made in their 2 years regime as Las Vegas Raiders. Dalton Wagner is 345 pounds. I think he's now down to 320, 6'8", just a mammoth of a man. Would be great to pair with Colton Miller on the other side. Like I said, there's a reason they kept him on IR. There's a reason he was the highest paid UDF player, which is undrafted free agent last year. The man just needs his opportunity. And with the Luminor, we'll get to that later, and Brandon Parker out of the way, I think the man has a shot to make this roster and maybe make the team and possibly start. We'll see. Next up, we have Greg Van Roten. No, it's Rutten. Rutten was a very good pickup for the Raiders. He played 91% of their snaps at age 34. I say we bring him back no matter what. I mean, the guy's played solid. He played in almost all their snaps last year. Had a pretty good PFF grade. I say we bring him back even if he doesn't start. We need backup on the offensive line. You can never have too many bodies in the trenches. So whatever the cost is, we have the money. I say we bring him back. We also could go pick up guys like Connor Williams at center from Miami. Kevin Dotson, guard for the Los Angeles Rams, is also a beast and just an absolute mauler when it comes to the run game. One of my favorites, Robert Hunt, another Miami player. They got a lot of free agents. Another just road grader in the run game. It would be great if Josh Jacobs comes back, or even with Zeus to just open up holes. The man is just an absolute road grader, like I said. They could also go get like a Kevin Zitzler, guard from the Ravens. That man played his ass off for the Ravens this year and protected Lamar Jackson very, very well. It was a reason why the Ravens did so well last year. He could use some work in his pass blocking, but man, that's all workable, especially with the coaches we brought in. They are all very, very good teachers of the game and have very, very high knowledge of the game. So anybody we bring in would be very, very good. Also, there's a bunch of rookies coming in on the draft, like amazing Freight Chrome with his 4.93 or 9.4 40. Zach Frazier would be just a beast at center. We brought Andre back, but whatever. Dylan McCon, another dog. Joby Monk, Drake Nugent, my boy from Arkansas, Bo Lemer, Charles Turner III. I mean, there's all kinds of dogs coming out that we can go get on the offensive line. Next up, we got Andre James. Andre James, welcome back. Was signed, I believe, today to a 3-year, $24 million contract. Like I said, I would have rather had Connor from Miami, but it is what it is. Welcome back, my man. I seen him get bulldozed just a lot, especially in the Kansas City game by Chris Jones. And I seen Rutten get bulldozed a lot in that game too, and by a bunch of defensive linemen in a lot of games. But if we bring him back as a backup, I'm down with that. Andre James coming back, probably going to be a starter. maybe we move him to guard. Who knows? Maybe we still go get a center. It all depends on what AP and Tom Telesco decide. Next, we have Jermaine Illuminor. Jermaine Illuminor played pretty good. I thought he let AOC just get murdered in the Chargers game. Could not stop Khalil Mack. He could not stop anybody that's fast. The guy just gets plowed. Played 86.5% of the Raider snaps at 30 years old. I know he has a lot of connections with some content creators, and a lot of people are big on Illuminor, but I just don't see us bringing him back. I'm sure the guy wants to go get some money and get paid, and I just don't see us paying him, and I don't see him being worth us paying him. I'd rather much have like a George Fant from the Texans. That kid is just an absolute machine and played his ass off last year. He can play both sides, and that would be a great asset. Just look how he protected CJ Stroud last year, and it'd be great to protect AOC. That's going to be our starting quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders next year if they don't go get Justin Fields, which I don't see happening, or bring in Russell Wilson, which I would love to see happen, but don't really see happening. Also, the Raiders could go get Frank Crum, I talked about earlier. The man's just a beast at tackle and would be awesome to pair with Colton Miller. Next up, we have Brandon Bolden, linebacker, didn't do nothing for us at all. A Josh McDaniels guy. I say we move on from Brandon Bolden. Wide receiver, DeAndre Carter. Another Dick Daniels guy from DeAndre Carter. Next up on the list, we have Joseph Horsted, tight end. I say we just move on from Horsted. I mean, the kid's young. In 2 years, he really hasn't done nothing with the Raiders. Linebacker, Curtis Bolton. I'd say we definitely move on from Curtis Bolton. Played 1.3% of our snaps, age 29. With Luke Masterson, Amari Burney, Darian Butler, and whoever we decide to bring in the draft. I don't see Curtis Bolton being there. I say we move on from him. Amir Abdullah, welcome back, Amir Abdullah. We just signed Amir Abdullah yesterday to a contract. He also has a movie coming out starring Cuba Gooding Jr. called Breaking the Cycle. It starts filming this month in Memphis, Tennessee, I believe. So go check it out. Make sure to watch for when that comes out and support our man, Amir Abdullah, another silver and black silver screen star in the making. Next, we have Jacob Johnson. Man, Jacob Johnson, nobody really uses fullbacks. I would like to see maybe the Raiders go to maybe 2 running back set, a twin set with Josh Jacobs and Zeus on the other side. That would be just amazing and unstoppable. Speaking of Josh Jacobs, on to my must signs. Must signs for the Las Vegas Raiders. Josh Jacobs, obviously. Go check out my video on how we bring back Josh Jacobs. I think the contract is perfect. It makes him work for his money, and I think he'd be willing to agree to that contract. He said he wants to be a Raider. He will always be a Raider. He has a home in a Raider. He is tatted on his skin like the rest of the diehard nation. Next up, another must sign is defensive tackle Adam Butler. We are strapped at defensive tackle, and I believe we will go get Leonard Williams from Seattle. The man wants to be closer to home. He lives in Bakersfield where his family's at. Las Vegas would be the perfect place. He wanted to be a Raider last year. He loves the Raiders, wants to be a Raider. Go pay the man his money. Bring in Leonard Williams. Solidify the defensive line. That would be amazing. Next up, we have Austin Hooper. Austin Hooper, he's a Pro Bowler, 29 years old. We definitely need somebody behind Michael Mayers. He can't play every single down, although I would love him to be like Max Crosby and play every single snap, but it's not going to happen. The kid's just an absolute dog, a beast. Wait for him to just have a breakout season this year. You heard it here first at Raider Rebel Unleashed. Jacoby Myers will have a breakout year no matter who the quarterback is. I believe it'll be AOC. Like I said, if we don't sign Russell Wilson, him and Mayers started to have a connection late in the season, and I can't wait to see that connection hook up again, especially Trey Tucker. AOC should be the starter next year, no matter who we draft in the draft. If we don't go get a veteran like Russell Wilson or somebody, I really like Justin Fields, man. The kid just has all the tangibles to be a superstar in this league. You just got to have the right team, and the Chicago Bears just aren't the right team. I mean, look, Caleb Williams don't even want to go play there. Next up, we have John Jenkins. John Jenkins saved the silver and black. They were strapped last year. The man played 90-something% of the snaps at defensive tackle, just an absolute beast in the middle. We definitely need to bring him back. It's a definitely must have, even if we go get Leonard Williams or if we go get one of these big-time defensive tackles in the draft. We definitely need to bring him back. Next up, we have Bilal Nichols. Bilal, I thought, was going to be a big-time superstar when he came from Chicago to the Raiders. He played his ass off as a rookie in Chicago. With McDaniel's system, nobody really shined except for Max Crosby. You just can't stop Max Crosby or keep him down. The man's just an absolute beast. There's nothing you can do about that. He's Mad Max. But Bilal Nichols, I thought, was going to be a star. He started to come on when AP took over, just like Adam Butler. and Jenkins and the rest of the tackles. Tillery never really did nothing. That's why he's gone. So I think we keep Blind Nichols around. I love the fact that Max Crosby has dinner and watches Thursday Night Football with all these guys. The camaraderie they're building is tight, and that's key to have a superstar defense in the NFL and a top 5 defense. Is everybody has to know everybody, believe in everybody, and if you keep guys around, like Tom Telesco said he wants to do, keep guys in house, which I think is a great move. As long as you keep the right guys in house, and the last 5 or 6 guys I named are the right guys we need to keep in this locker room. The rest of them, I believe we can move on from. And the last but not least, Amik Robinson. Amik is a stud. He played only 56% of the snaps, which I thought he played a lot more than that. But according to the stats, he only played 56% of the snaps. The man's an absolute dog. He is the epitome of Raider Nation. But I think the man wants to go get paid, and I just don't see us paying him. But what I really want to see happen is if we don't bring in Amik Robinson, bring back Keishan Nixon from the Packers. Bring him home to the Las Vegas Raiders. AP, Tom Telesco, if y'all hear this, Raider Nation, share this with all your Raider fans. Keyshawn, however you say his name, Keishan Nixon, bring him back home to the Las Vegas Raiders, please. I think it would be a great pickup for our Las Vegas Raiders, even if we do bring back Amik. And definitely go get Kendall Fuller, man. Go pay that kid a bag. But if we bring back Nixon, I think it would be a great welcome back party for our Las Vegas Raiders. And I think the kid would definitely help this defense. So let me know what you think about the people we should keep and the people we should let go in the comments below. As always, much love, my nation. If you're vibing with this content, tickle my noties. Don't forget to sack that thumbs up. Give me a Mad Max kick on that subscribe bell. And one more thing. I'm a new content creator. This shit is hard. If you made it to the end of this video, you're a diehard Raiders fan. I appreciate every one of my subscribers. When I get a list of the names, because I'm new and I haven't figured this shit out exactly yet, I will shout out every single subscriber. I think I'm up to 57 or something in the last 3 months, and I couldn't have done it without any of y'all. But one subscriber I do know because they comment on every single video and watch everything I put out. Candy Angel, go check her out. Tripping with Candy on YouTube or candyangel.com. Diehard loyal Raider fan. Thank you, Candy Angel, for all your support. And the rest of you that support this channel, thank you for the love and the support. Make sure you share it with the rest of the Raider Nation so they can stay informed and stay in the loop when new content is dropped. Much love, my nation. Peace. Raiders.